This is the Community Roundup sponsored by Brad's Furniture and Appliances. Today I am with Eryn Griffith, who is the Arts and Culture Manager for the City of Fort St. John. We're at the Pomeroy Sports Center. Just right behind me is the Hate to Hope mural that has been in the news the past couple of weeks, which is a huge plus for the City of Fort St. John and the Pomeroy Sports Center. But today we are talking about the Diversity and Inclusion Microgrants program that the city is offering. And from my understanding, Eryn, it's up to $1,000 for organizations and businesses in the community that are looking to put on certain projects that promote diversity and inclusion. Do you want to kind of expand on that, on what you guys are looking for with the program and some examples of last year's candidates or applicants?
Sure. So last year was our first year doing the micro grant, and we had a lot of great projects. So we had one of the Chamber of Commerce hosted a dinner with the Indigenous community and local businesses in town. The Hospital Foundation did worked on signage with Indigenous language on it, welcoming signage. We gave some money to Pride to host our local art gallery event, the Pride event. So there was a number of other projects as well. So we're just looking for projects and events that promote conversation between different communities and allow the community a chance to come together and to work on some of those initiatives and things in our community that we need to work on.
So last year was the first intake of the program. It was when it was introduced. It was in partnership with the BC's Ministry of Indigenous Relations.
Correct.
Is it still in partnership with them this year, or?
It's not a partnership with them this year.
Okay.
We just decided it was a great initiative last year, and we were able to fund a number of different projects that maybe otherwise wouldn't have happened in our community. Some of the projects obviously ongoing as well. Like we had the Multicultural Association that does their multicultural dinners. So we have we wanted to be able to support new projects and maybe help support a little bit with some of the ongoing projects that people come try to do on a yearly basis to bring our community together.
That's so awesome. So now it's a city-specific program.
Correct.
It's the city's program, which is so cool. So it did so well last year. You guys are like, let's do it again. You listed some of the examples, but you guys had a good 10 projects, I would say.
10 projects last year. Yeah. I don't know this year, because we're funding the entire project, there might be a little bit less, a little bit fewer projects, but we'll see. And we also had the intake.
You could go. Yeah, no worries.
We also had the intake open for longer last year as well, so it was open for a longer cycle. So we'll see. But we're looking to have the micro grant as well for next year as well. So if you don't get into this deadline for this year, then it'll be coming out again next year.
Awesome. So it was cool to see all the programs, all the organizations, taking part in the grant. But I guess what has been the overall effect of it? Because the whole goal of it was diversity and inclusion. Was that something you heard back from, that people were finding that it was definitely promoting those projects last year?
I mean, it's hard to measure that impact, right? Because it's very anecdotal. But we talk about community conversations. We hear back a lot of anecdotal information, like we were able to bring community together to have conversations about things that could be issues in our community or impacts people may be seeing, and also just a chance for us to understand and know each other as well. So things like things like the Pride art gallery, having a chance for people to come together and talk about what makes them, what Pride means to them. Things like that are, it's an opportunity for people to see each other in different lights and in different conversations through a fun event or through another, through another lens. And things like, having I know it's a big initiative with the Doigra First Nations they're working a lot on the language, and so the hospital signage to include welcoming language is a really important thing. So that's an impact that we see that's visible in our community, allowing people to learn and understand something about other cultures in our community.
Yeah, and I mean, as you're saying with that anecdotal, kind of evidence you guys have from people saying stuff. I mean, it's still great because at the end of the day, now all these organizations and businesses, whatever the case may be, doing these projects are actually, kind of out there with this program. They're able to do these things. And the other thing I think is positive too is, Fort St. John, we're seeing new people all the time, right? And it's cool to see that, for me, even I've been here now 4 years, and there's some organizations that I just heard of this year, right? So it's cool to kind of put them in the limelight as well, so that they can throw these events and put their faces out there. Another question I had for you, Eryn, this is kind of unrelated to the grant, well, it is unrelated to the grant program, but we're right next to the Hate to Hope mural. You being the arts and culture manager with the city and all the programs that you have, helped initiate or have expanded on over the past, I think it's been a year now, 2 years?
It's just been 2 years.
Just 2 years now? And like even seeing something like the Hate to Hope mural, what does that say about, art and culture in Fort St. John over the past couple of years? Is it nice for you to see things like this happen even outside of your purview?
I mean, this is great. We were, obviously we worked in collaboration, but it was an Arts Council project that they did with the BC Human Rights Commission. But it's amazing to see these things happen. And I think we have a framework that we did this year that talks about the direction of arts and culture. That before I got here, there was still arts and culture.
Oh yeah.
So I think having that focus and allowing where our department really is a vehicle to be able to focus some of these things and enable some of the community or some of the the partners in our community to be able to do these projects that they've had maybe on the back burner or things that they wanted to do, and so we can help kind of support that and move forward. So
Awesome.
So, I mean, it's been great that way. We like to partner, so that's our. We are not artists at the Arts and Culture Department, we're arts administrators, so we really like to support projects that we see in and around our community. But it is great to see some public art happening here, and I hope there'll be more public art initiatives happening in the near future.
Awesome, yes, and we will definitely be announcing those on Energetic City if they come through. Anything else you'd like to add?
Yeah, I do want to say, and it's not open yet, but we have a neighborhood, a small grant, so there have been funding like block parties or book libraries you see on people's lawns, so any kind of neighborhood initiatives. And we're looking at other micro grants for the future as well, so that's something that we can, that people can apply for. So keep looking at our website for those, because those opportunities come up regularly. They should be coming up in the future. We won't be stopping that. So.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Eryn. So the Diversity and Inclusion Grant Program, correct me if I'm wrong here, Eryn, but the applications are open now until December 15th at 4:30 p.m. It's up to $1,000 for certain projects that you guys have in mind, promoting diversity and inclusion, and all the applications, I believe they can be found at City Hall or on the website?
They're on the website, so you can actually just go and fill out the form online and it comes directly to our inbox. Awesome. So if that sounds interesting to you, make sure you head to the city website and sign that out. This is Trey Lopushinsky with energeticcity.ca. This is the Community Roundup, sponsored by Brad's Furniture and Appliances.